Imagine standing on a vast red desert. Above you, a dusty orange sky glows as two tiny moons race across it. The sun looks smaller, the air is thin, and your next breath depends on your spacesuit. This is not a science fiction movie. This is Mars, our mysterious neighbor, and perhaps our future home. Good morning, everyone. Today, I'm going to take you on a journey across time, imagination, and space to explore the wonders and secrets of the red planet, Mars. 1. A planet right. Next door. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun, sitting right after Earth. It's about 225 million kilometers away, which sounds far, but in space terms it's practically next door. Mars is often called Earth's twin, not because it looks like us, but because it's the most Earth-like planet in our solar system. It has mountains, valleys, clouds, ice caps, seasons, and even sunrise and sunset, just like here at home. But there's one big difference: no life as we know it, at least not yet. 2. Why is it red? Mars gets its nickname, the Red Planet, because its surface is covered with iron oxide, which is basically rust. That's why, when you look at it through a telescope, it glows with a reddish-orange hue. Even ancient astronomers noticed this strange color and believed it symbolized war. That's how Mars got its name, from the Roman god of war. But behind that rusty glow lies one of the most beautiful and extreme landscapes in the solar system. 3. A world of extremes. Mars may be smaller than Earth, about half its size, but it's home to some record-breaking landmarks. It has the largest volcano in the entire solar system, Olympus Mons, which towers nearly 3 times higher than Mount Everest. It also has Valles Marineris, a canyon that stretches over 4,000 kilometers, about the distance from New Delhi to Moscow. And let's not forget the dust storms. They can grow so large that they cover the entire planet for weeks. But beneath this harsh beauty, Mars hides stories of water, wind, and maybe life. 4. Water, the key to life. For decades, scientists have hunted for one thing on Mars: water. Without it, life can't exist. And guess what? We found it, frozen, buried, and ancient. Dry riverbeds, crater lakes, and minerals that could only form in water tell us that billions of years ago, Mars had rivers, lakes, and even an ocean. Today, water still exists as ice at the poles and possibly as salty liquid beneath the surface. Where there's water, there's hope. Hope that Mars might once have supported life, even if only microbial. 5. The search for life. We haven't met any Martians, but our robots have been busy searching. NASA's Curiosity rover found chemical ingredients needed for life: carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, and sulfur. Its newer cousin, Perseverance, is exploring the Jezero crater, which used to be a lake billions of years ago. It's collecting samples that may one day be brought back to Earth to answer one of humanity's biggest questions. Are we alone in the universe? Even if the answer is no, that would be one of the greatest discoveries in history. 6. Humans on Mars. The next big leap. Now imagine humans walking on Mars. Not robots, not rovers, but people, like you and me. That dream is no longer impossible. NASA, SpaceX, and other space agencies are already planning human missions to Mars in the coming decades. The goal? To send astronauts there, build habitats, grow food, and eventually create a self-sustaining colony. But it won't be easy. The journey takes about 6 to 9 months one way. Astronauts will face cosmic radiation, isolation, and the challenge of surviving in a world with no breathable air and temperatures colder than Antarctica. Still, every big step in human history began with a risk and a dream. 7. Can we live there? Scientists are working on ways to make Mars livable. They're studying how to use Martian soil to grow plants, how to extract oxygen from the air, and how to generate energy from sunlight. In 2021, the Perseverance rover even tested a small machine called MOXIE, which successfully made oxygen from Mars's atmosphere. One day, this technology could help humans breathe, cook, and survive there. The first people to live on Mars might have to wear suits all the time, but it would mark the beginning of a new chapter in human civilization, a multi-planet species. 8. What we've learned so far. Our robotic explorers have sent us breathtaking photos and videos. They've taught us how Mars's weather changes, how its surface behaves, and how its thin atmosphere interacts with dust and sunlight. They've also shown that Mars isn't a dead world. It's just sleeping, waiting for us to wake it up again. With every mission, Viking, Pathfinder, Spirit, Opportunity, Curiosity, and Perseverance, we're getting closer to understanding Mars not just as a cold planet, but as a world that once had potential for life. 9. Why Mars matters. You might wonder, why spend billions on a planet that's so far away? Because Mars is more than just a red rock. It's a mirror reflecting our curiosity, courage, and creativity. Exploring Mars teaches us how planets form, how life might begin, and even how to protect our own Earth. It inspires engineers, scientists, artists, and dreamers around the world. Mars challenges us to look beyond our limits, to dream bigger than our atmosphere. 10. The future awaits. In the next few decades, we might see the first human footprints on Martian soil. We'll send habitats, 3D printers, and maybe even drones to explore its skies. And when that first astronaut says, "We've arrived on Mars," it will not just be a victory for one nation, it will be a victory for all humankind. Because Mars represents what humanity does best: explore, adapt, and hope. So, as we look up tonight and see that faint red dot shining in the sky, remember this: it's not just a planet, it's a promise. A promise that one day, our footsteps will echo across that distant world. And maybe someone standing on Mars will look back toward a tiny blue dot in their sky and whisper, "That's where we came from." Mars is waiting. The question is, are we ready to go?
Subscribe.